Have you ever wondered what chain of events led to the Great War, the war to end all wars, World War I? What sparked this devastating conflict that forever shaped the course of the 20th century? The story begins on June 28, 1914, with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria. This act of violence in Sarajevo sparked a chain of events, leading to the outbreak of war just over a month later. The Central Powers, including Germany and Austria-Hungary, found themselves at odds with the Allies, primarily France, Russia, and Britain. As the war unfolded, the world saw the brutal reality of trench warfare, particularly on the Western Front. Soldiers lived in horrific conditions, fighting a war of attrition in a stalemate that seemed to have no end. Meanwhile, on the Eastern Front, the war was characterized by movement, with various offensives pushing the lines of conflict back and forth. Yet the cost in human life was just as staggering. In 1917, two significant events occurred. In April, the United States, initially committed to a policy of neutrality, entered the war on the side of the Allies. Later that year, political turmoil in Russia culminated in the Bolsheviks seizing power, leading to Russia's exit from the war after signing a peace treaty with the Central Powers in 1918. Finally, on November 11, 1918, an armistice was signed, effectively ending the war. However, the formal peace treaty, the Treaty of Versailles, was not signed until the following year. This treaty, however, sowed the seeds of future conflict and was a contributing factor to the outbreak of World War II just 20 years later. World War I was a devastating conflict. It resulted in an estimated 9 million soldiers dead, 23 million wounded, and up to 8 million civilian deaths. The war spread across Europe, the Middle East, Africa, the Pacific, and parts of Asia. It led to the dissolution of empires, changed the political map of the world, and marked the beginning of the end for monarchies across Europe. In conclusion, World War I was a pivotal moment in history, a war like no other that changed the world forever. It began with the assassination of an archduke and ended with a peace treaty that set the stage for an even greater conflict. It was a conflict that saw the horrors of trench warfare, the entry of the United States onto the world stage, and the fall of empires. The Great War, as it was known, was indeed a world war, touching nearly every corner of the globe and leaving a lasting impact that can still be felt today.